ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's episode of AEW Dynamite Recap. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Of course, we're heading to Full Gear, the annual pay-per-view from AEW. Actually will be checking that out since it is on a Saturday. Yes, I dig the pay-per-views on a Saturday. Anyway, tonight's Dynamite took place at the Maverick Center in Salt Lake City, Utah, where there is no lakes. If you catch that line, if you remember that movie, let me know in the comments. Speaking of comments and all that good stuff, hey, if you dig what you're hearing or somewhat entertained, hit that thumbs up button and lets me know if people like it. And speaking of comments, also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about Dynamite this week. Are you looking forward to Full Gear? And or just say hello. And like I said, if you are entertained and gave this program a shot, hey, check out my other comment and become a subscriber. Be a champ and click on that subscribe button. With all that being said, let's get this show rolling. And first thing coming out is Adam Page. He comes out bragging about he took Jay White's head off. Almost took Juice Robinson's life. Oh my gosh. That's fucking corny. But anyway, so yeah, he almost took Juice Robinson's life. Not Austin Gunn out so bad that he forgot his brother's name. Speaking of his brother Colton, he comes out, attacks uh, Adam Page. Adam Page dodges a dive when he was on the floor. He ends up in a bell timekeeper's table. Then he took, Adam Page got Colton, threw him in the ring. He's about to whip him with his belt. That's when Jay White, Juice Robinson came out, saved the day. Looks like Adam Page was limping a little bit, so I don't know if he got injured before or is about to sell something. So, or he's selling an injury. If you know, let me know in the comments. Other than that, yes. So looks like we're going to get some more Adam Page and Jay White action. All right, first match of the night is Sammy Guevara against Shelton Benjamin. Oh, poor, oh, poor Sammy Guevara. He went from pillar to stepping stone. I guess wasn't he one of the main events? Was it Full Gear last year or was it earlier this year where they had that four pillars match and he was one of the pillars? But yeah, he seems to be a stepping stone because I think it was a couple weeks ago he had to do the job to Ricochet. But now is time to put over Shelton Benjamin, who is uh, pretty much a career WWE guy. Was released at one time with Charlie Haas. They did Ring of Honor and stuff like that. But seeing a comment, I don't mean to digress, but how they kind of having Benjamin wrestle as he's Brock Lesnar is like, well, uh, when you're 6'1", 6'2", 250-ish, and you're wrestling somewhere between 5'8" and barely 6 foot wrestlers at 140 pounds, you kind of do look like Brock Lesnar to some of these people. But anyway, I digress. Speaking of wrestling like Brock Lesnar, yes, Shelton Benjamin got the early advantage by tossing little Sammy around. Made a brief comeback, but uh, Benjamin got the advantage again and smacked him around a little bit more. Sammy did make a comeback, but again, it was stopped by Shelton Benjamin countering a springboard move with a super kick, then eventually finished him off with a exploder suplex. All right, now it's time for Kyle Fletcher to come to the ring and tell us why he did what he did to Will Ospreay. Well, he did not want to be. He was kind of tired of being compared to Will Ospreay. Seeing what he did in Japan with Okada, Okada welcomed him in, and then Will turned against him, and then um, you Kenny Omega came in and left, and uh, Ospreay got that spot, but then he came in and kind of run rush out on Kenny Omega as well, kind of being dirty towards Kenny. So he kind of seen the writing on the walls and what realized that he wasn't really his friend. And once he was able to start reaching his potential, Will Ospreay would eventually cut it off. So he didn't want to be in Will Ospreay's shadow. So he decided to, after the crowd told him, "Hey, wrap it up," which was pretty bad. And uh, funny of that, if you watch it, you can pretty much tell that when Kyle Fletcher turned to the crowd and said, "Look, this man paid a lot of money for me to be able to sit here and say what I want to say," and then sorry about that, and then that's when Don Callis actually tapped on his eye and said, "Okay, kid, wrap it up." So anyway, he eventually did wrap it up and said, "I don't want to be nothing like Will Ospreay no more," and got some clippers out and started shaving his head, which you know what, that beach blonde look just didn't go well with him. But anyway, so yes, he is no longer going to be in Will Ospreay's shadow. That's why he turned against him. And speaking of Don Callis, a couple more of his boys came in. Brian Cage, the Ring of Honor Television Champion, and Lance McIntyre. I mean, Drew Archer. I mean, Lance Archer. Anyway, they pretty much had a squash match against two locals, finishing them off with a choke slam powerbomb combination. And of course, we're starting to get back to the AEW Ring of Honor type stuff. Might need to uh, kind of get that old logo where I had AEW and Ring of Honor because we're starting to see a lot of Ring of Honor stuff on AEW Dynamite, including a ladders war match with for the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship, the champion uh, Mark Briscoe against Chris Jericho. Let me spit it out. Hell of a match, especially if you like a lot of furniture moving, and at one point, uh, Mark Briscoe had the advantage, but never went up to the ladder or anything. Went for a dive, but missed it. Crashed through a ladder. Then Chris Jericho got the advantage. A lot of back and forth stuff. Then it looked like he was going to finish this match off. Uh, Mark Briscoe put Chris Jericho on a table, got on top of a ladder, was about to do the froggy splat or froggy elbow. That's when Brian Keith, the bad apple, came in and kind of stopped him, but Rocky Romero came in and chased him off with a kendo stick. He was able to nail the froggy elbow to Chris Jericho through the table, hit him with a J driver, started climbing up the climbing the ladder toward the championship. But that's when the Redwood Big Bill came in and tossed him off, causing Mark Briscoe to crash through some tables. Then he literally put Chris Jericho on his shoulders, climbed up the ladder. Jericho grabbed the belt, and now your new Ring of Honor World Champion is Chris Jericho. All right, so Adam Cole, who uh, got the Kingdom together, called himself the Undisputed Kingdom, uh, was revealed the devil, caused MJF, who's now a heel, the AEW World Title, gave a little babyface promo, and that's when the obnoxious Roderick Strong came in with that yelling Adam bullshit. Then he's like, "Hey, when you developed this plan, you didn't have to finish the plan. We were already in," and that's when Adam Cole's like, "All right, guys, you're right. MJF, come on down, so you can get your ass kicked 4 times." That's when MJF appeared on the Tron and was getting a massage. It's like, no happy endings for you guys, but I'm going to get one. Not in those words, but he said, "Hey, look, whoever wins 3 matches in a row gets a shot at me at Full Gear." All right, now we had the match with the House of Black against again 3 local people that kind of toyed around with him. Buddy Murphy finished one of them with the with a stomp. Then he got on the mic, said he wants Adam Cole. Little backstage segment. Adam Cole and Buddy Murphy got face to face. He said, "Dude, what's the beef? You got beef with me?" And Murphy's like, "No," but he wants to prove a point. And Cole's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Hey." And Buddy Murphy responded, "Hey, I just want to show everybody how fragile you are." All right, next match of the night was Camille going against Queen Aminata, and this did not do Queen Aminata any good whatsoever. Pretty sloppy match here. Um, but they did try to make Aminata look like a contender. Uh, gave her some offense, gave her some near decision uh, type situations, but Camille hit that, I guess, call it crossroads. I guess a swinging reverse net breaker, if you want to call it. Chris Statlander, who, again, for some other reason, is a babyface again. She comes in, get face to face with Camille, but Mercedes gets involved. That's how Camille got the upper hand and hit that reverse swinging net breaker on her. So, I believe next week they're having like a Fright Night Dynamite where you're getting, again, kind of like a classic, I call it classic champions type deal where you kind of get main event, quality matches, whatever. Like Swerve Strickland against Shelton Benjamin next week. Should be a good one. All right, during the course of the night, I guess the AEW crew baby faces were hanging out at the front of the arena because there's no back way or side way, I guess, get into the arena. More on that later. But they were kind of waiting on the Blackpool Combat Club or whatever they call it, the I guess they keep mentioning Blackpool Combat Club. Anyway, they kind of wait on them. That thought they was going to whip all their asses. Uh, they see a vehicle pull up, and it's Christian Cage and Nick Wayne with his mommy with him. In case he's gotta change his diaper. Just kidding. Anyway, so they hit the ring. Before anything can be said, we shoot back to the back. Here comes Hook, uh, saying, "Hey, I know who injured my father," and then in the ring, I'm gonna whoop their ass. He charges the ring, starts throwing Nick Wayne around, and then attacks Christian, but Chris Sabin was there to uh, nail him in the webos. So they kind of beat up on poor Hook, and Christian Cage was like, "Look, this is not what it seems." Blah blah blah. So I guess it looks like the patriarchy, Christian Cage, is trying to recruit Hook for their little group. All right, it is main event time. It is the Private Party teaming up with Daniel Garcia to go against the Young Bucks and Jack Perry. I forgot to put that in here, but I'll do it for you. Quote to go. But anyway, I wish that could go viral. Anyway, I wish that people in the arena would do that. That'd be so freaking hilarious. Anyway, you pretty much know how this match goes. Some super kicks, some uh, Power Party gets the advantage, and some dives, and Leon Garcia gets his stuff in. Then the new or Young Bucks, excuse me, I was about to call them the new Bucks, the not so Young Bucks, uh, get their stuff in as well as Jack Perry. But in the end, uh, they was able to roll up the buck and get the 3 count. They got on Private Party got on the mic and said, "Look, we want one shot at tag team titles. Give us one more shot. If we lose, we'll split up." The other party members like, I don't like this idea, dude. But it is what it is. Young Bucks accepted, so it'll be Private Party versus Young Bucks. Private Party wins, they're tag team champions. Private Party loses, they split up. Uh, and as they were leaving, here comes the Dodge pickup truck again, only with Maria Shriver. Of course, they didn't want to attack a woman. But here comes the BCC attacking everybody. Gets rid of the Pirate Party and Daniel Garcia. And uh, poor Chuck, I forgot his last name. Poor Chuck Taylor. There we go. Poor Chuck Taylor, who's got his career ended thanks to his ankle being permanently messed up. He gets tossed in the ring, and Wheeler Yuta first put the chair on the ankle. Claudio said, "Nah, that's not cool." So he took the chair off, put it around his neck, did a stomp on it, and just too little, too late for Orange Cassidy and the crew to come in and make the save. Orange Cassidy didn't look too happy about this, so I imagine they're setting up Full Gear Moxley versus Cassidy for the world title. I'm imagining it. The way I'm kind of thinking is it's going to be Orange Cassidy's going to be the first victim because he's OG original AEW guy. So, got give him that shot at the world title just to lose, um, then build up somebody else, so on and so forth. But until this new, I guess BCC, whatever they want to call himself, takes over. But that's just my opinion. Um, and like I said, the that Camille match was not good at all. Pretty sloppy. Other than that, some good steps going forward. Wish again they understood about what it means to do a pay per view. You get your niche audience and get them pay more money, see the matches they really want to see. So, but I ain't figured that out yet. So anyway, that does it for me for this week's AEW Dynamite. Uh, so everybody have a good one. Take it easy, and until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw Recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite Recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.